And then, just as the three of us were turning around to leave so we could go play outside, we hear a crack sound. Kyle, what did you do? Let me preface by saying I have great siblings, like literally the best kind ever, because we play, have fun together, goof around, but when they get a little too annoying or I get bored of them, I can just go up to my auntie and say, "Hey, take this thing back. I don't want to play with it anymore." Because that's right, they're not my real siblings. They're my cousins! Yay! But in truth, I always wanted siblings and my parents never gave me, so I guess I just kinda adopted these guys as my siblings. But they're so much better! I get to reap the benefits of having siblings, and I get to keep my parents' full and divided attention and a room all to myself. I guess I get the best of both worlds. I can't sing, I'm sorry. Cause I don't think I would be able to do that with my real siblings. I have 3 little cousins that I have adopted. This is Brian, Kyle, and Violet, and I am the eldest. Brian and Kyle are actual brothers with completely different personalities. Brian's the eldest among the 3. He's the calm, responsible older brother. I would usually just leave him in charge if I wasn't around. But oh gosh, Kyle, where to start with him? He's a menace, and sometimes a complete asshole. But I love this little guy so much. But really, you don't want to get too close to him if he's being a little rowdy. Cause when Kyle gets rowdy, it's a we have to pin him down with 2 people so he wouldn't bite us type of rowdy. But he's a good kid, I swear. But I'll tell you a very weird story regarding Kyle to show you how completely unhinged he was when he was a kid. But before that, let me introduce you the youngest of them all, little baby Violet. She's so cute. But no joke, she was the youngest, but somehow the smartest kid I had ever seen. Joey, if she took an IQ test and he came back with a 300 IQ, I wouldn't be surprised at all. No joke, we used to play memory card games when we were younger. You know, where you use all the deck and then you find and match the color and number until all the cards are gone. I used to play that with Violet a lot, and despite her being 5 and me being 13 at the time, she'd still beat my ass if I didn't pay attention. And the first time we played, I was like, okay, I'm the eldest, I'll just let her win, I guess. I'm a nice person. Then I got 1 pair and made a mistake on purpose, so it would be her turn. But little Violet did not need that sympathy, because she would flip 1 pair and then get another, and then another, and then another one, and I'm just sitting there how the did a 5-year-old almost beat me? Truly, if I did not pay attention, she would win against me. And then I had to go from goof mode to complete serious so she wouldn't beat me. And even then, she would still get really close to winning, even if I did my best. Good one, Violet. You almost won, but I barely even tried. Seriously, she had a really great memory and also was really responsible and easy to talk to. And I lied about leaving the second eldest, Brian, in command when I was around. I'd actually leave Violet in charge, and the look on the boys' faces was priceless every time. But she's the youngest! Shut up, Brian. I would always spend my time with these kids whenever I go to my grandma's during school vacations. We would do the same things every day, kinda like Phineas and Ferb. We'd be like, what do we do today? Oh, I know! And then get in the pool, play for 3 hours, get out, then have popcorn and watch a random movie, have dinner and watch another movie until we all fall asleep. It's so easy to be happy as a kid. Sometimes their parents would allow them to sleep at our grandma's, and the sleepovers were the best, really. Of course, I would be in charge, and overall, I was a very responsible older sis. Juna, I'm hungry. What will we have to eat? Cup noodles, candy, and popcorn. Yay! Hey, maybe not that responsible, but at least every time after we were done eating, I'd be very clear that since we all made a mess together and we were at our grandma's, we'd have to clean everything together. So that way we wouldn't bother our poor grandma. And I remember that despite little Violet and Kyle not even being able to reach the kitchen counter at the time, they would still help us out by either picking up our mess or at least try drying the washed dishes. Although sometimes Brian would point at a perfectly clean plate that I had just scrubbed and be like, "Hey, you missed the spot." And I'd be like, I'm so happy we don't live in the same house. Okay, so now a funny story involving Kyle. I'll let you know though. When he was a kid, he used to have this tiny little anger issue. Just teeny tiny. Like there was this one time we were all in the living room. Brian, Violet, and I were just talking about a random show. I think it was Gumball. But Kyle was ignoring us because he was really immersed in his game. Cause his mom had just got him a brand new phone. Like a week old. Brian noticed that Kyle was getting angrier and angrier with every lost game, so he said, "Kyle, stop playing, you just get angry. You know what happened last time." "Shut up, I'll do whatever I want." "Oh yeah? Well, screw you then. I'll just say I told you so after you break something again." And then, just as the three of us were turning around to leave so we could go play outside, we hear a crack sound. "Kyle, what did you do?" Oh shit, I broke it. "I told you, you dumbass! This is the second time! Mom won't give you another phone, you dumbass! Seriously, how could you do that?" And then Brian proceeded to tell us this was the second time Kyle had broken his phone out of anger. The first time he bent it with his hands using his knee after losing a game. Luckily for him, we didn't share our mother because he would not see another phone in his living lifetime. Thankfully, he's a much more mature kid nowadays and he really regrets his aggressiveness when he was a kid. He keeps apologizing to us every time we remember those stories. See, I told you he was adorable. It was so fun remembering the good old times. My cousins are all grown up now and a lot of things have changed. But it was really nice remembering the sweet taste of childhood and just remembering the time when I used to enjoy the little things like just eating popcorn and watching a movie with my family. I truly miss those days. Ay. I don't see my cousins as often anymore since everyone's doing their own things now, but last time I went to my grandma, I visited those three. And, it's not really the same. I really miss the good old summer vacations of just goofing around without a worry in the world. I miss being a kid. I should probably go call them and ask them how they're doing though. And if any of you guys watching have any family member or friends even that you haven't talked to in a while, try reaching out to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Thank you everyone for watching and special thanks to my patrons and shout out to the PFP tier guys, Mihai, Disc568, Jose, Xavier, and Fumio. This video was supposed to come out on Halloween and this is why I made this Miku costume. But anyway, happy super late Halloween. Hope you liked the video. Thank you. Bye.